Costa Rica will feel as though they have got something to prove to themselves as much as anyone else. Other fancy nations have had more recent experience of success. Reece James has been penalised for a challenge on Yosemar Alcacer. Not necessarily the initial dart from Gordon went unutilised until now. O'Reilly, Bellingham, trying to find an angle to shoot from, and it's only a deflection that took the effort wide. First threat from England, very nearly producing an early goal. Slows down Bellingham. Anthony Gordon, Nico O'Reilly, Reece James, Declan Rice, Noni Madueke. Kept the ball in play and found Bellingham, who's found Elliot Anderson, who's looking for Harry Kane, who thinks he was fouled. For Anthony Gordon, burst of speed from him, and Rice has found a way through. Early goal threatened, early England goal delivered. Declan Rice giving Thomas Tuchel's team just the sort of start to the contest. And it was all about this burst from Anthony Gordon, away from Johnson. And Declan Rice was the player he spotted in the ideal position to benefit from his industry. Didn't need to be the cleanest hit of Declan Rice's career. Little bit of a deflection, taking the ball beyond the reach of Patrick Sequeira. One of the recent arrivals to link up with the England squad. First choice 11, only time will tell. Nico O'Reilly for Gordon. And it's off Sequeira and behind. Anthony Gordon has already created one goal and came close to finding, potentially with some help from the goalkeeper. No one to pull it back to this time. Instead, a bit of frustration from an England point of view that they're having to delay the set piece. Aaron Salazar is the player charged with dealing with Harry Kane. Nice, it's gone deep in the corner. Kane is there. And Costa had an opportunity to apply the finishing touch. And now Kane has been penalised for fouling Jalen Mitchell. Big booming corner, wasn't it? Kane peeled into space. And with Declan Rice in the team, England will consider set pieces to be a very useful weapon to them at the World Cup. In from Rice to the zone that Kane was occupying. Sequeira does really well above the England number 9. Riley. Gordon was on the move and he was too quick. Yellow card, Sean Johnson, who's so far found the step up to football. A little bit trickier than he might have hoped. He's up against a rapid and determined opponent. And from Rice, flicked on by Kane! Fingertips from Sequeira to keep it at 1-0. Just a glance was all it needed from Harry Kane, and he thought that was destined for just inside the post. It may well have been, but for the outstretched glove of Patrick Sequeira. James. Held up nicely for Madueke. Anderson for Reece James. Returns the pass. Elliot Anderson. Noni Madueke. Sequeira reacts well. It was bouncing and moving in front of him. England threaten again. But for the Costa Rica goalkeeper, would be further ahead. Stones. O'Reilly. Rice. Helping it on brilliantly for Gordon, who was fouled just outside the penalty area by Jalen Mitchell. There's a delightful touch in here from Declan Rice, great vision. Declan Rice for England. It was a shot rather than a cross. And it wasn't particularly close to adding to his earlier goal. When he had the ball at his feet, certainly Alcacer recognised that it was an opportunity to put some pressure on the England goalkeeper. But Bellingham has threaded it beautifully for Madueke, who is in! And has somehow failed to make it 2-0. It's a horrible miss at the end of a really ruthless attack that should have seen England extend their lead. He's done the hard bit, outmanoeuvred Sequeira. The goal was vacant, but Madueke could find only the foot of the post. There's definitely a foul by Manfred Ugalde, who was really lively and instinctive against Colombia last week. Whenever he got on the ball, he was a menace, but it's been a frustrating game for him so far because he has very, very rarely been on the ball. So a caution for someone on the Costa Rica bench. Stones. O'Reilly. Gordon assumed there was somebody in white immediately behind him. Who just raised there? Carlos Mora, yellow card. Don't think there was any intent to hurt Elliot Anderson, but way of dealing with him. Kane in towards Gordon, who very nearly escaped the shackles, and then he was fouled, and England have a penalty. Well, no sooner had Costa Rica seems to have come to terms with the threat of Anthony Gordon than he comes alive again. Wonderful vision initially from Harry Kane to spot Gordon, who then got to the loose ball ahead of Sean Johnson, who in his determination to stay close to his opponent had a chance to take responsibility, because Katia Koroleva has been offered an opportunity to have another look at this. The referee's immediate verdict was that this was a foul from behind by Sean Johnson. And the referee has waved away the England penalty. And a reprieve for Sean Johnson and Costa Rica. It's going to be an alteration. And it is seemingly, yes, the reversal of the change prior to the game. Hashel Kirosh is coming on for Sean Johnson, who had a tough time on his debut right back against a determined and lively Anthony Gordon, that they can make a further impression on the match. Harry Kane spreading the play out to Noni Madueke. Expert stuff. Madueke! Having missed a sitter in the first half, he very nearly produced something spectacular in the second. Great vision from Harry Kane to find Madueke, and once he was cutting in onto the left foot, curling the shot inside the post always seemed possible. Just did. Anderson for Gordon. He wants to get on the ball, taking on Kirosh. Sakira wasn't sure who else was arriving. Madueke will have to settle for a throw. Where his players play their football, it's all about finding the cohesion as a team unit now during a elongated World Cup. Costa stepping forward has been fouled, and Salazar is about to discover that he's going to get a yellow card for that challenge. Very little attempt by Salazar to play the ball. Well, an injury for one player presents an opportunity for another. Patrick Sakira heads to the sidelines. And 22-year-old Abraham Madrid, who was called up for the first time in March, is about to get an international debut. England too will begin to make alterations. Madueke off to be replaced by Arsenal teammate Abera Eza. As James is coming off as well. Jed Spence coming on. Bukayo Saka, another of the Arsenal quartet that arrived in Florida on Saturday, is coming on. And when you've got a world-class number 9 at your disposal, a player who is likely to contribute as much as anyone else to a deep run in the World Cup, then no chance is being taken with Harry Kane. John Stones is withdrawn to be replaced by Mark Gay. Still looking to be a nuisance. Gordon for Aberchieza. Anderson. Eza. O'Reilly. Bellingham. Fleet of foot. Aberchieza. Well, it deserved a goal, didn't it, for the skill and endeavour. How about this? Dancing through the defence. There's a taking aim. Now, did that strike the elbow? Wide off a Costa Rica player. Poke of the elbow from Daryl. They thought they had a penalty late on in the first half that was overturned with the input of VAR. This time the check is very quickly completed, and it will be an England spot kick. And an opportunity for Anthony Gordon, who has contributed as much as anybody so far in England colours today, to make it 2-0. Anthony Gordon for England, dispatched quite brilliantly. A wonderful penalty to extend England's advantage. That's how you take them. And the first job for the substitute goalkeeper is to retrieve the ball, having been beaten. Off the elbow of Daryl Araya. And the resulting spot kick could not have been placed any better. Brilliant from Anthony Gordon. His third England goal. And the scoreline now is a much fairer reflection of just how dominant England have been. They're now 2-0 up. Further alterations can be made. Kobbie Mainoo is on. Watkins. It's going to be an England free kick conceded by Araya with his challenge on Saka. The yellow card is out again, and it's all got a little bit disjointed, and it's Christopher Nunez, the latest to be cautioned. Eza, oh, that's brilliant. What a pass. Steered wide at the target. Morgan Rogers. Certain to become 3-0. And it's the second time in the game that an England player has passed up what looks to be a straightforward opportunity to score. Madueke in the first time. Eza with the free kick. Byrne was trying to strong-arm himself into the more favourable position. Well, Costa Rica haven't got anything like as many players to call upon as England have, but they're going to make further changes now. John Ruiz is coming on, as is Orlando Sinclair, who did so last week against Colombia. And Dorian Rodriguez is going to make his international debut. He has been added to the Costa Rica squad since last week's game in Bogota. Good work this. Rogers in behind and away by Mitchell. Rashford with a chance to show what he can do. Gets it back from Rogers. Rashford very nearly all the way through, still going. John Ruiz blocked the effort and then made sure the ball got cleared. Good urgency though from England. Rogers taking aim, and there's the third goal. Madrid initially with the save, but Ollie Watkins following up. And England get another chance to celebrate. That's what they came to see. And England are bouncing very nicely into the World Cup. Just kept the pressure on. Recognised that they were the more alert of the two teams. Rogers taking aim. Madrid down to make the save. But Ollie Watkins is a master finding himself in exactly the right place at the right time. 7th England goal for Ollie Watkins. And England are shooting. Spence. Away from Rodriguez. Watkins. Chance for another here. Saka! Well, that would have been a very nice finale to the occasion if the man now wearing the captain's armband had squeezed that inside the far post. Saka for Rashford, for Saka, for Eza. Gallo away before the goalkeeper needed to get involved. Could have been even better for England. Chiesa looking to serenade their team towards the World Cup. Rashford for Watkins. It was a chance. Fade on with the challenge. Madrid off his line to Bukayo Saka. Kobe Mainu. Rodgers have stayed right at it, England, to the very end. Well, England are in it to win it. A dominant display against Costa Rica, a 3-0 victory. It could have been even better than that. Declan Rice's goal was the difference at half-time. Despite a glut of alterations from the hour mark on, England remained constantly a threat. Gordon from the penalty spot and Watkins pouncing on a rebound. The second half goals added after Rodgers had fluffed a glorious chance.